Welcome, my friends, to another edition of It's Vinylly Mine. Very excited to bring to you today a vinyl release that I've been looking forward to. And this is for one of my more enjoyable 80s horror films because of the wonderful twist. We're talking about April Fool's Day from 1986. And today we're going to look at the vinyl re-release of the soundtrack that, there's a couple of really cool special things that are being offered with this thing. I haven't cracked the plastic myself. We're getting a close look at this for the first time along with you, so very excited for this. As you can tell, this is going to be the deluxe edition, and it's put out by Varese Saraband VSD 00545. And this was put out in April 26th of 2024. So enough of me rambling. Let's drop the needle and get a closer look at this vinyl release, shall we? So, yep, here we are, some wonderful packaging from the Varese, and here we are with April Fool's Day. Oh, I love that cover. It's just like the poster for the movie. And yeah, we've got our hype sticker here, which is interesting. The hype sticker's got a different number on it than the actual release. So not quite sure on why that is, but in any case, let's crack the plastic with Backblade and get a look and peek at this 2-disc deluxe edition release of the April Fool's Day soundtrack. Now I'm liking the matte finish on this. Oh, check that out. It's got a nice reflective part to it as well. That's gorgeous. I love the flat black on here. Charles Bernstein composed and performed the soundtrack, so very excited. Love his work. If you're familiar with it at all, horror fans, he did the soundtrack to A Nightmare on Elm Street. He did a Nightmare on Elm Street soundtrack just before he did the April Fool's Day soundtrack, so that's very cool. But yeah, I always loved this poster. It's a lot of fun, and that's really sharp looking. And then as far as the spine goes, oh, that's sharp as well. They really did well with this release, with the colors and the quality. And on the back, oh, I love it. I love it. Look at all the production stills we get in here. Now, what's funny is this horror film wasn't exactly heavy on the violence. It left a little bit more to its imagination. So that's why those of us who backs probably ache today remember it on cable quite some time. But yeah, April Fool's Day with the credits up here for the film and some wonderful production stills. And look at the sheer volume of music put in this collection. I am so excited to listen to this. So when it was first released, which it comes with here, the original soundtrack release, and then they've got the orchestral version. I'm so excited. I love when they do this. You get the complete music from the film, and just very excited, as you can tell. Paramount logo in lower left there, but yeah, look, just so many wonderful sound cues on here. Now we look at the gatefold. Oh, check out the liner notes. I can't wait to read that. Man, they really put their all into this release with the notes about the soundtrack. Deluxe edition credits down below here about the composer. And I love this. I love this here. They've got the Hollywood Symphony credits here, as well as April Fool's Day poster here. They just really did a really excellent job with this release. Now let's take a look at this. I believe this has a colored vinyl. You know how I feel about colored vinyl, so let's take a look at this, shall we? And oh, check that out. I love kind of the classic type of label that they put on this, but look at that coloring. That is gorgeous. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. The blood splatter pattern for this. This is side 1 and 2 here. And then I think the other one is going to be the same, but let's take a look. Maybe not. Sticky note because of its newness. Here we are, and oh yeah. But the randomness when they do these colored vinyls is always great because the pattern's never the same. So it gives it a little more unique flair to it. So there you have it, folks. We have the physical look. Now I'm going to listen to the soundtrack, and then when we come back, we'll go take a look at what my favorite tracks are, and we'll take a look at the CD release that they did just before the vinyl release of this. So stay tuned. Hey everyone, looking for even more content? Then why not head on over to our Patreon page, patreon.com/specialmarkproductions, where we have 3 affordable tiers that will get you access to the conversation before the conversation of the spoiler room, get an exclusive VIP episode each month that you vote for the spoiler room, and you can also get early access to our videos and so much more. So head on over there, because the more we can do there, the more we can do here. And we are back, everyone, from listening to this wonderful release of the soundtrack. Now, the orchestral version is basically the music that they originally recorded with synth in 1986, only re-recorded with an orchestra behind it. And let me tell you, it sounded wonderful. I like both. I love synth soundtracks, but having the orchestra behind it, I thought was especially nice treatment for this music. And what's interesting, too, is they do a little extra play with it. There's some playfulness, like in the track here, Snakes, where is it? Snakes Alive. There's a little bit of more back and forth between this wonderful whistle sound that you hear that's a recurring theme throughout the movie, and an orchestral instrument. And so they play back and forth between the strings, I think it is, and the whistle, and they do that very well. So they do add a little bit extra with these orchestral tracks, but both are great releases. Both sound fantastic. The pressing on this for both of them is crisp and clear. I did love the Snakes Alive track. I think that was awesome. These CB Groove 1 and 2, the extra tracks they include on here, are also really great. A little bit more 80s in flair, got a kind of a more pop feel to them, but those were fun to listen to. This whole soundtrack is fun because this movie is kind of tongue-in-cheeky, poking fun at the slasher genre. So you want the music to be fun and upbeat, and yet also have those horror elements. They talk about this in the wonderful liner notes that they have in this gatefold about that, about how they were trying to balance the line between using those wonderful horror musical tropes and also adding a little bit of a comedic touch to them with the tone. And I think they capture that so well with this in both the original and the orchestral version. So this is a solid release. Now, for those of you who may be interested in a CD release as well, Varese Sarabande did do a CD release of it. This is a wonderful release. It has all the tracks that were on the vinyl release here, so that's great. You don't really have any missing music between the two. And I love the CD that they used for this. This is great. The coloring for this is just fantastic. And then the booklet that they have in here is made up of the same liner notes that are in the gatefold of the vinyl. And here they have the colored versions of the pictures that we see in on here on the vinyl release. So that's the CD release as well. I just wanted to kind of include that and let you know that in case you were looking for that for something to play in your car, you could always get the CD as well. But April Fool's Day, man, this is a fun, solid release from Varese Sarabande. I'm very happy that they put this out. I love that we're getting these releases now of these 80s synth scores, because some of them were so much fun and so much talent behind them, and the fact that they're getting proper treatment from a lot of these releases just puts a smile on my face. And I think if you're a fan of the April Fool's Day movie, this soundtrack will put a smile on your face as well. So thank you very much. I'm glad you visited our little sliver of the internet to hear me ramble about some vinyl. Gonna try to do more It's Vinylly Mine again, getting back up into speed with that. So please subscribe if you haven't already. We want to try to hit 3,000 subscribers before the end of 2024. Can only do that with your help. I appreciate the watch. And remember, April Fool's Day, it's not yours, it's Vinylly Mine. And I'll catch you on the flip side.